Hello viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how you can prepare groundnut soup and rice. But before we continue, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell so that you will be alerted by the upcoming videos. Preparing groundnut soup is quite simple, especially when you already have all your ingredients in place. I started by frying my groundnuts. While frying, I make sure I stir it from time to time so that it won't get burned, because once you let it for too long without stirring it, the groundnut will get burned and your soup will taste bitter. So after frying my groundnut, I'll have to winnow the dirt out and then blend into paste. Let me show you the ingredients I'll be needing for this delicious soup. Groundnut paste, fresh fish, blended carrot, fresh tomato, crayfish, garlic, ginger, green spice, pepper, onion, Maggi and salt to taste. Before we proceed guys, let me tell you something very important as far as cooking is concerned. Each time I think of cooking my food, the first thing that comes into my mind is hygiene. Hygiene is very important in all aspects of our lives, including cooking. If not, the foods will be poisoning. Make sure all the cooking utensils are clean, plus the surfaces you're using to place them, and the water you're using. With that being said, guys, I'll proceed by standing my pot on the cooker and then add some groundnut oil into my pot. I'm using mayo. If you like, you can use vegetable oil. It depends on your choice. After adding my groundnut oil into the pot, I'll let it heat for a few seconds before adding my fish. So you can see my fish already washed and seasoned with some salt, Maggi and some green spice. I'm now adding my fish into the heated oil and then let it fry for a few minutes. Make sure it fries real well before you turn the other side. If not, the fish will get scattered all in the pot and you won't like the results. So guys, while waiting for the fish to get ready, I would like to advise you to eat more fish than red meat. When I talk about red meat, you know what I mean, like cow meat, donkey meat and the rest. It is not all about cooking guys, but it is about choosing what is suitable for you, what is suitable for your health. Don't eat something that tomorrow you will develop a disease that will not have a name. It is advisable to eat white meat than red meat. I for one, I used to be a fan of eating cow meat, until when I discovered red meat can cause someone to develop heart problems. And in addition to that, red meat digests slowly. I'm not saying you should not eat red meat again. No, that's not what I'm saying. If you must eat it, do that with consideration. Oh yes guys, it is time to turn the other side of the fish. You can see it is already brown. For you to know it is ready to turn the other side, it must be brown the way it is. If not, it will get scattered and you won't like it. So you see how delicious it looks already. I feel like eating some. So after some few seconds, it will be ready, and then I'll have to remove it and put it in a plate and continue the process. Look at it. Ooh, so delicious. I'm done with frying my fish, and you can see in the pot, this is the oil I use in frying my fish. All I have to do now is to add onion into it and continue cooking my groundnut soup. So in there we have onion. So I'll have to add my onion into the pot and then give it a good stir for a few seconds. The next thing that has to go in now will be tomato. Yeah, in the plate we have a tomato, so I have to add it into my onion and also give it a good stir. The reason why I didn't want to add enough oil is because we are going to cook groundnut soup, and groundnut itself contains oil. Also, I use the same oil I fried the fish with because it contains a certain kind of fish flavor in it. Next, I'll have to be adding my green spice. I always like to give it a stir each time I add an ingredient. Now I'll be adding a small quantity of water. Quite a reasonable amount of water to dilute the mixture. Now I have to proceed in dissolving my groundnut paste with water so that it wouldn't form lumps or bubbles when I finally add it into the pot. I have to use a spoon to stir it well until it forms a smooth paste. If you realize that it is too thick, add enough water as possible, because when you finally add it into the pot, it will become thickened. So it is better to add it now while it is still on the ground. Once you're sure your mixture is well dissolved and smooth, you can proceed by adding the paste into the pot, just as I'm doing. You can see it looks so delicious already, but I'll have to be adding more water because as it bubbles, it becomes thickened. At this point, I'll have to add my salt, followed by 4 cubes of Maggi. I'll have to peel it. Now you can see after peeling it, then I have to shatter it into my groundnut soup. Next, I have to add my grounded spices. As you can see in the plate, we have our grounded red pepper, crayfish, ginger and garlic, all mixed together. Adding all of that at once and then give it a smooth stir. Oh, I'm already seeing the groundnut soup coming up already. I still have carrot aside, which I'll be adding right now. Always make sure all your ingredients are incorporated together by stirring them each time you add any. So guys, you can see how groundnut oil is settling at the top already. The mixture is too thick, so I'll be adding some water into it, and later I have to come in with my fried fish, after which I'll have to cover the pot for about 20 minutes for it to cook well. So here is my fish. I'll have to add it in here. You see all settling at the top, and the groundnut soup is almost ready. So after adding my fish, I wouldn't have to stir it that much again because my fish may get scattered. Now I have to cover my pot. And let it cook for 20 minutes before moving to cooking my rice. Oh yes, it is groundnut soup and rice on the menu. And also, it happens to be one of my favorites, you know. Oh yes, my groundnut soup is ready. It's ready. It's ready. Now I have to move on to sorting out my rice. As you can see, I have to add water and then wash it as many times as possible. Change the water as many times as possible until the water is clean. Then you know the rice is clean also. On the cooker, I have my pot with water in it. Then I added some salt. Cover it for the water to bubble before adding my rice into it. Oh yes, this is how it should be done. This is my groundnut soup. I have to cover it so that dirt should not get into my soup. My water has bubbled and I have to add my rice into it. There I go. Then stir it gently and test if there is enough salt. Then cover for about 15 minutes. Coming to check the water has not yet dried. I have to cover again. Oh yes, it is ready. The water has fully dried off. Now you can move over to serving your food, and here it is, so delicious. So guys, I advise you to try this method and then come back and thank me later. I'm not saying it is delicious because I'm the one who prepared it. So believe me when I say it is nice. If you're here for the first time, thank you for stopping by. And please consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you'll be notified by the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching my video till the end and see you in my next video. Bye bye.